strongly in investing more in the airport infrastructure. The BWI Marshall Airport is so critical to our overall economic development, and we're just happy to see people starting to get back to travel again now that we're getting much safer with respect to COVID. This is just the latest in a series of major improvements. And I don't know if you all took the tour yet or not, the full tour, but Secretary Slater has been bragging to me for several months about the world-class bathrooms that they put in here. And I'm not kidding, that they set a new bar for airports across the country that they're going to follow this, and it really is pretty cool. You know, most airport bathrooms were built when people used to check their luggage, and now everybody's carrying on bags, so you go in there with a lot of bags. Now you have places, little cubbies to put your suitcases, hang your clothes. You got lots more space. Everything's very modern and touchless and privacy, and so very good job on the restrooms as well as the beautiful concourse. It's going to enable Southwest Airlines to be able to continue their expansion here while we're doing the major runway improvements out here. They have to temporarily shut down some gates. So this new capacity helps them continue to serve the same number of people. So I just want to thank everybody here and all the great work. And I also just while they're all here, we got some folks behind us that work at the airport in many different capacities. We've got our firefighters, we've got our police officers, we've got our National Guard, all of whom have done an amazing job during COVID, just trying to work hard to keep everybody safe. So I'm just happy to be here, and it's a very exciting day for BWI.
Thank you. All right.
With that, I'll take some questions.
Can we ask the secretary a question?
Yeah, please ask the hard ones up there.
Can you say your name and spell it for us? I know you said
Sure, Greg Slater, S-L-A-T-E-R.
Any other plans? I mean, you did this. Anything else going on?
We're really excited about kind of setting the foundation. So, we have trying to modernize the airport. We have the AB connector. We're just kind of going out to the financial market for that now. We have a new baggage handling system that we're getting ready to kind of start some activity on. So it's really about modernizing the airport so that BWI Marshall can really be the foundation for growth, but also be an airport for the next generation as they were for us.
Anything else on the plans? I mean, around the state, anything else?
Well, we certainly have the Howard Street Tunnel over at the Port of Baltimore, really setting us up for growth of that containerized cargo. We're looking to modernize our highway system by bringing in kind of building infrastructure, setting some big bridges there. We have the Purple Line under construction outside of DC, so we have activity all over the state right now.
And he looks happy, so you're doing good.
Yeah.
Another question for the secretary.
Sure.
Yeah, please.
Sorry, Governor.
I'll just hang over here. I like this. I get to do that enough.
With this project, what was the total cost and the construction? How long was the construction element of it? And was it helped or hindered by COVID when you had your passengers?
Well, certainly, I'm going to lean on Executive Director Smith for the total costs, but really, when the activity laid down, it gives you the opportunity to really pick up the activity on construction across our system, and this was a prime example of that. You put that in terms of something like the Bay Bridge. When the traffic went down, you're able to really accelerate construction, because what we want to do is you want to build these things while the airport is thriving, and so when you have a small amount of customer base, it really gives you the opportunity to speed that up.
So thank you, Secretary. So the state invested about $45 million into the facility, but as you can see, we have private operators here as well. They too made investments in their locations. Southwest Airlines, for example, made an investment into the hold rooms. And so it's truly a public-private partnership to bring this to schedule. It took about 3.5 years to get this thing from the planning board to opening.
And how long was the construction time frame of that?
Construction was about 1.5 years, almost 2 years.
I just had a quick question. Last year at this time, BWI Marshall was a ghost town. There was nobody here.
Yes.
It wasn't looking good. Can you talk about how you feel right now, seeing people back in this airport, this open, and what that means to you and really for travelers in this state? Because people are just getting the ball to start traveling again. I'm just curious how you feel about that.
Well, I mean, again, back in March, April of last year, this place was a ghost town. It still looked good, but it was a ghost town, right? Because people weren't flying. Now that traffic's coming back, it certainly looked much better because it's populated. It was an eerie feeling to have a terminal of this significance, this size, so underutilized. And so it's certainly a sign that we're recovering, that the marketplace is coming back. People are flying primarily for leisure purposes, which is good. We think the business travelers will come back in the following months, and we'll see BWI stronger than it was before the pandemic.
Mr. Governor, one last question. I think you upset Ms. Shirley's. You didn't eat anything over there. So any comment on that? Sir?
You know, I've been trying to lose weight, and but I love Miss Shirley's, and their chicken and waffles is the best anywhere. But they were sitting right there in front of me on the counter, and they, I thought I should do it just for the camera, but I didn't do it yet. Maybe when you guys turn off the cameras, I might go try some.
Can I ask you about infrastructure really quickly? Because earlier today we had some congressional Dems that were in the highway to nowhere in Baltimore City, and Democrats have said that they are opposed to Biden's infrastructure proposal, and that infrastructure in the state is less than where it needs to be. How do you respond to that?
I didn't see the press conference and don't know what they're talking about, but we've invested more money in infrastructure than any administration in Maryland history, and Baltimore City gets the most of that. I don't know what the highway to nowhere is, but I know that we've done all the things we promised to do, and I'm a national leader on infrastructure, convening Democrats and Republicans, governors, senators, and congressmen to get the infrastructure bill done. I led a year-long initiative at the NGA, so there's nobody focused on infrastructure more than me. And if our federal delegation wants to help with that, that's great. We welcome their help.
Governor, on infrastructure, you just scaled back the 495, 270 proposal there. Does that kind of bring down your ability to promote yourself as the infrastructure and create?
Well, no, we've put we have currently under construction about 800 projects totaling $9 billion. We've repaved 2/3 of the entire state highway system, and we're building the largest P3 transit project in North America and the largest highway P3 project in the world. And we're going to continue to do that. It's just the phases. We decided right now we're going to continue to knock out the American Legion Bridge immediately. We're doing 270 then, and then you're going to have to do the 2 phases of the Beltway, because you can't fix traffic in one spot. All of it has to get done. And we're just doing it in phases, which is the way we voted to do that last year at the Board of Public Works.
Are you confident that it'll eventually be able to get done?
I think it has to get done.
Governor, are you happy with how the COVID numbers are trending?
We're very, very happy. So today we hit our lowest numbers ever in the entire pandemic on our positivity rate, and on our case rate continues to decline in great numbers, and our hospitalizations are down. It really is, I would say, the beginning of the end. Before I was saying there is a light at the end of the tunnel, then we can almost see it. We're not finished, but we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and things are getting back to normal. And I can tell you, I was at the Preakness over the weekend, and even though it was a smaller crowd, it felt great. People are so, feeling happy to not have masks on. I mean, here at the airport we still do, and everybody should keep safe, but a lot of places, things are starting to feel like normal again. And we're happy. We want to get these airports filled up again as well, and that's the next step. But I'll say, even throughout the pandemic and now, even though we're down, we're still by far the #1 airport in the Washington region, outpacing Dulles and Reagan Airport, and we're proud of that.
Last question. Governor, the city Mayor Brandon Scott's holding a news conference right now, and he says that the indoor mask mandate will still be in place in the city until more vaccinations happen. What's your message as we continue to see a little bit?
It just doesn't make any sense to me, but I think the mayor might have that authority to do that. I know I saw him at the Preakness and at an event on Thursday night, both indoors, neither time with a mask. So, if he's not going to do it, then he probably shouldn't tell other people to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Happy birthday.
Is it your birthday?
No.
Coming up, isn't it? Good to see you.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Coming up
soon. I'm going to be old, yeah.
Happy birthday.
May 25th.